Elizabeth Morgan was 24, a secretary at a mid-sized real estate firm in Port Harcourt. Efficient, cheerful, fast fingers on the keyboard, crisp files, polished smiles. They used to call her the sunshine of the office until she got pregnant. No husband, no ring, just a swelling belly and dreams too fragile to explain. Her fiance, Bernard, denied responsibility for the pregnancy. He told her to go and meet all the clients you've been sleeping with just to close sales. Bernard ended their relationship, accusing Elizabeth of flirting with real estate clients to boost her targets. One afternoon, Mrs. Helen Grant, the HR manager, called Elizabeth into her office. Her voice was soft, but her words stung. Elizabeth, you've been wonderful, but we have a reputation to protect. Clients visit here. Your condition might become a distraction. That was it. No thank you. No support. No consideration. Elizabeth packed her few belongings into a black nylon bag, her shoes tapping against the tiled floor that once echoed with her laughter. She walked home with swollen feet and a bruised heart. Her neighbors whispered. The women in her church group advised her not to attend weekly meetings until after delivery. Their eyes said what their mouths wouldn't. You've become an embarrassment. Still, she endured. A few months later, at a government clinic in Diobu, Elizabeth gave birth to a baby girl. There was no father to offer a name, so she gave her one herself, Victory, because she had survived what was meant to destroy her. To feed Victory, Elizabeth begged Mrs. Morris for a small supply of secondhand clothes, Okarika, to sell at Oil Mill Market. Mrs. Morris agreed, on the condition that Elizabeth return the capital. Other days, Elizabeth braided hair in clients' living rooms across D-Line. She tutored school children on Saturdays, anything to earn enough for diapers and beans. Each night, she cradled her daughter, whispering through tears that soaked baby clothes, "One day, this child will sit where I wasn't allowed to stand." Victory grew. Quiet, smart, fierce. By JSS2, she was winning spelling bees across Port Harcourt. By SS1, she was correcting her English teacher's grammar and doing it kindly. When she got to university, she applied for an internship at a major tech firm in Lagos. It was her first time leaving Port Harcourt. She wore her mother's old shirt, ironed thrice over, and her best smile. After the interview, she called home while Elizabeth was cooking in the kitchen. "Mummy, guess what?" "What is it?" Elizabeth asked, wiping her hands. "I made it through the interview, but the HR woman asked if I'm related to someone called Elizabeth Morgan. I said no at first, but later I realized that's your name." Elizabeth's hand froze mid-turn. "Did she ask again after that?" "No, Mummy, she didn't. I just felt something." "That's okay," Elizabeth said softly. Victory got the internship. She didn't just excel, she led a software integration project that made national headlines. Before graduation, she received a full-time offer. One Friday evening, she burst into their modest flat, eyes gleaming. "Mummy, we're having a family Thanksgiving at the office. Everyone is bringing a parent." Elizabeth hesitated. "Are you sure, Victory?" "Yes, I want my colleagues to see you." On the day of the event, Elizabeth wore her best lace dress from Okirika Market. She made the trip from Port Harcourt to Lagos by road. As she stepped into the towering glass building on Victoria Island, her heart pounded like the drums at a traditional wedding. And there she was, Mrs. Helen Grant. Older now, slower, a halo of gray surrounding her once black hair. Helen smiled politely, scanning Elizabeth's face. Then she froze. Her expression changed. "You? I remember you." After the event, Helen requested a private word. Her voice shook like a guilty prayer. "Elizabeth, I was under pressure then. We thought your pregnancy would distract clients, but now I see you were carrying purpose. Elizabeth met her eyes and replied, steady and kind. And that purpose is now on your payroll. Helen wept. Elizabeth didn't, because forgiveness had already taken root. 2 years later, Victory began dating a young man. Kind, grounded, brilliant. Elizabeth didn't ask too many questions until he came to visit. With his mother, it was her, Helen Grant, the same woman who once fired her. Helen's son Daniel looked Elizabeth in the eye and said, "You raised an incredible woman, Ma." Elizabeth smiled gently. "I had to. She was all I had." The wedding was small, elegant, overflowing with testimonies and tears. During the vote of thanks, Victory stood beside Daniel, radiant. She said, "Two women shaped my life. One carried me, one paid me." She turned to her mother. "Mummy, thank you for refusing to shrink." Then she turned to her new mother-in-law. "Thank you for seeing her now." They hugged, and forgiveness melted the years into nothing. Today, in Elizabeth's sitting room in GRA Phase 2, beside a framed family photo, hangs a faded document in a gold frame. Her dismissal letter from years ago. Below it, a handwritten note from Victory reads, "They fired you for carrying me. I married their son, carrying your strength. What they fired became my fire." Please subscribe, comment your interest for the next part, like, share, and tap the notification button to get notified for more. Thanks for watching.